Welcome, football fans, to this 2025 NFL offseason review and NFL draft preview for the AFC East Division here on Tim Reynolds Show as I go over all the key free agent additions for each team in the AFC East, and we'll also preview the 2025 NFL draft needs by position for each team in the AFC East Division here on Tim Reynolds Show. So please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to continue to support one of the most badass football channels on YouTube and one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on all of social media. It's Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. And guys, the first team we're going to cover here, it's the AFC East Division champs, the Buffalo Bills. And they've had a very interesting 2025 NFL offseason thus far, as we see Buffalo was able to sign quarterback Josh Allen and the reigning NFL MVP to a massive new 6-year deal worth $330 million with $250 million guaranteed, as we see the Buffalo Bills franchise gets a huge contract extension done with their franchise quarterback as the reigning NFL MVP. Quarterback Josh Allen now will be a part of the Buffalo Bills franchise as their quarterback for years to come with this massive contract extension. We also see on offense the Buffalo Bills were able to re-sign running back Ty Johnson to a 2-year, $5 million deal, and they were also able to re-sign wide receiver Khalil Shakir on a 4-year extension worth up to $60 million or just over that, with $32 million guaranteed at signing for the wide receiver that's been a big playmaker for this Buffalo Bills offense. And also on offense, they bring in wide receiver Josh Palmer on a 3-year, $36 million deal with $18 million guaranteed, and hopefully Josh Palmer will be able to elevate this wide receiver room for this Buffalo Bills offense. And on defense, the Buffalo Bills were able to bring in veteran pass rusher Joey Bosa on a 1-year deal worth $12.6 million with $12 million guaranteed and a max value of $15.6 million with incentives. And they hope that Joey Bosa can come in and improve this pass rush for this Buffalo Bills defense that wasn't very good last year. And they also were able to re-sign edge rusher Greg Rousseau on a 4-year, $80 million contract extension with $54 million guaranteed at signing for the veteran pass rusher who's been a big part of that Buffalo Bills defense. We also see they were able to re-sign linebacker Terrell Bernard on a 4-year contract extension worth $50 million and $25.2 million fully guaranteed for the standout running back. They also were able to sign defensive tackle Larry Njinobi on a 1-year, $8.3 million with $8 million of that guaranteed, and the deal being worth of a max value of $10 million for the defensive tackle. And they also bring back cornerback Tre'Davious White on a 1-year deal worth $6.8 million, and they hope the veteran that now returns to Buffalo can really help improve that secondary. But they also were able to sign cornerback Tristan Benford on a 4-year, $76 million contract extension, and also were able to bring back safety Damar Hamlin as he re-signs on a 1-year deal worth $2 million. And this has been a very good offseason for the Buffalo Bills. A lot of key free agent signings and some re-signings for them as they try to give more support to the guys that really helped this team succeed last year. But as the Buffalo Bills head into the 2025 NFL draft, I think their draft needs on defense are going to be for their pass rush. I really think they need to get a little bit younger and more athletic on the defensive line as they head into next season and try to be just as competitive, if not a better team heading into next season. And as far as offensive needs for the NFL draft, I think the Buffalo Bills will be looking at offensive linemen for their offense in the 2025 NFL draft, because they need to make sure they protect their franchise quarterback Josh Allen, get a little bit younger at the position, and get more depth along that offensive line. But don't rule out the Buffalo Bills taking best player available, which is what they've been notorious for doing in the NFL draft over the last few years. But guys, coming up next, we got the Miami Dolphins here in this AFC East Division, and the Dolphins have had some key free agent additions here this offseason, including wide receiver Nick Westbrook as they sign him to a 2-year, $6.5 million deal with $3.2 million guaranteed. They also bring in quarterback Zach Wilson to be the backup to quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. And along the offensive line, we see they were able to sign offensive guard James Daniels to a 3-year, $24 million deal, and hopefully he comes in and helps improve that offensive line for the Miami Dolphins that didn't really play well last season. And on defense, we see the Miami Dolphins were able to sign linebacker KJ Britt to a one-year deal, and also we're able to bring in linebacker Willie Gay Jr. as he signs with the Dolphins in free agency. We also see on the back end, they were able to sign Elijah Campbell, re-signing him as he comes back to the Dolphins, and also signing Austin Davis to a one-year $2.5 million deal with a max value of up to $3 million for the standout safety. And now as we head into the 2025 NFL Draft, the draft needs for the Miami Dolphins on defense is definitely going to be at linebacker and for the secondary. They've got to get better in the back end, especially after losing safety Javon Holland to the New York Giants in free agency. They're really going to have to replace his production in this NFL Draft if they're able to find some more key pieces for that secondary and get a little bit younger and more athletic at the linebacker position as well. Those are some key needs on defense for the Miami Dolphins, but also on offense, the Dolphins could be looking at offensive line and maybe some more playmakers for Tua Tagovailoa in this offense, maybe even tight end, but I think offensive line is going to be the big priority for the Miami Dolphins heading into the 2025 NFL Draft. And those are the draft needs there for the Miami Dolphins. And guys, coming up next here in the AFC East Division, we're going over the New England Patriots. And guys, we've seen New England make a bunch of moves here in this 2025 NFL offseason as they spent the most money out of any NFL franchise with their offseason moves and free agent acquisitions. As we see, they were able to bring in veteran quarterback Joshua Dobbs on a 2-year deal worth $8 million, and 3.8 of that is fully guaranteed for the veteran quarterback. And we also see the New England Patriots traded their quarterback Joe Milton to the Dallas Cowboys because they were able to sign quarterback Josh Dobbs, bringing in a veteran to help out their young quarterback Drake May in his second year as the starter for New England. And we also see they were able to bring in 2 veteran wide receivers, including wide receiver Stephon Diggs, who signs a 3-year $69 million deal, and he looks like he will be the new number 1 wide receiver for this New England Patriots offense and for quarterback Drake May. We also see they signed wide receiver Matt Collins to a 2-year deal worth $8.4 million and a max value of $10.4 million on this 2-year deal. They also were able to re-sign tight end Austin Hooper to a 1-year $5 million deal with $4 million guaranteed, and he's definitely been a nice veteran tight end for this New England Patriots offense over the last few years. They also were able to sign offensive tackle Morgan Moses to help improve that offensive line as they bring in the veteran tackle who signs a 3-year $24 million deal that's actually worth up to $28.5 million on this 3-year contract. They're also able to sign center Grady Bradbury, who played for the Minnesota Vikings but was released, so they're able to sign him to a free agent deal, and he possibly could come in as their new center for this New England Patriots offense. And on defense, we see the New England Patriots were able to bring in edge rusher Harold Landry, and signing him to a 3-year $43.5 million deal with $26 million fully guaranteed and a max value of $48 million on this 3-year contract for the veteran free agent pass rusher who comes from the Tennessee Titans, where new head coach Mike Vrabel used to coach. They also bring in defensive lineman Milton Williams, who came from the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, as they sign him to a 4-year $104 million deal with $51 million fully guaranteed, including a $24 million signing bonus for the veteran defensive lineman. And we see some other moves here for the New England Patriots defense, including bringing in veteran defensive back Carlton Davis on a 3-year $60 million deal. He should definitely help improve that secondary for this New England Patriots defense that was definitely one of the worst defenses last year in the NFL. And as the New England Patriots head into the 2025 NFL Draft, I think their draft needs on defense will most certainly be at linebacker. They've got to get a little bit more depth at the linebacker position and get better at tackling in general from that linebacker position that was not very good last year. And on offense, I think the New England Patriots are going to prioritize offensive line. That's just kind of my guess with what I think new head coach Mike Vrabel and bringing back offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels. I think what they're going to want to do is ground and pound, really run the ball very, very well. So they could also look at the running back position in this draft, but there's there's not a whole lot of depth at running back, but you know the New England Patriots are known for being one of those franchises who find gems in the later rounds, or at least back in the day, maybe not recent, but guess what? As they head into the NFL draft, I really do think the New England Patriots are one of those teams that are definitely on their way up, especially with all these big moves they were able to make during free agency and during this offseason. So I think if they can find some more depth along the offensive line for their offense, that'll be their 2025 NFL draft needs and the draft preview there for the New England Patriots here on Tim Reynolds Show. And guys, coming up next, last and most certainly was the least team in this division last year. That is the New York Jets. And guys, the Jets have had a tumultuous offseason, but they've been able to get some key free agent additions that actually give Jets fans some hope as we head into the 2025 NFL season. As we see, the New York Jets were able to sign free agent quarterback Justin Fields to a 2-year, $40 million deal with $30 million fully guaranteed, including a $15 million signing bonus. And now Justin Fields looks like he's going to be the guy, the QB number one for this New York Jets franchise and for their offense heading into next season with a new head coach, a new front office, everything new. We're looking at a new starting quarterback for the New York Jets next season, and it looks like it's going to be Justin Fields. And guys, also on the offense, we see they were able to sign veteran wide receiver Josh Reynolds to a 1-year deal worth up to $5 million. Also, were able to bring in center Josh Myers on a 1-year deal. And on defense, the New York Jets were able to re-sign linebacker Jermaine Sherwood to a 3-year, $45 million deal, and also were able to help out their secondary, signing cornerback Brandon Stevenson to a 3-year, $36 million deal, and signing veteran free agent safety Andre Sisco to a 1-year deal worth up to $10 million as well. And hopefully those guys can help improve the back end and the secondary of this New York Jets defense. And as we head into the 2025 NFL draft and we preview the draft needs by position for the New York Jets on defense, I really do think the Jets are going to be looking at defensive linemen. They've got to get a lot better along the defensive line and get their pass rush to a point where they can be competitive next season on defense. And as far as their offensive needs in the 2025 NFL draft, I think the New York Jets are going to be looking at offensive linemen, but don't rule out playmakers at either wide receiver or running back or even the tight end position, because the Jets just have so many needs, especially on offense. So they could be looking at a best player available probably every single round of this draft just to try to help improve their team. But I think they'll prioritize the offensive line more than anything for the New York Jets as they head into the 2025 NFL draft. And this has been your 2025 NFL offseason review and NFL draft preview for the AFC East Division here on Tim Reynolds Show, one of the most electrifying sports entertainment channels on all of YouTube. It's this football loving show. It's Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you, football fans. Thank you, NFL fans. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and help support my YouTube channel and check out more of my NFL content as we head into the 2025 NFL draft and the 2025 NFL season. And make sure you guys tune in to Tim Reynolds Show, where I will be live for the 2025 NFL draft first round coming up on Thursday night. Peace out, everybody, and thank you for all your love and support from Tim Reynolds Show. Now let's go. Peace out, everybody.